Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
And the winner is Hobby Husband Yo-Yo.
And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I feel it, a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high. And I feel the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. retribution.
And he prays!
Oh my God, do I pray? I pray to see good things. Forever will shout. And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I say, what's going on? And I say, don't, yeah. Just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. What's going on? Yeah.
I just realized I was muted. At least we got like a minute in before I realized it, rather than like, I don't know, half the But hi everybody, it's me, Charlie, and today we're going to do the Kitchen Nightmares bingo boards that I promised we would do last week. Because I want to get them done so we can watch Kitchen Nightmares again. Play bingo because that was a lot of fun. And then on top of that, I'd like to get to some news. There's a few things I want to talk about, mostly just I want to go over some of the parallels I see between the stuff that's happening today versus the stuff that happened in like from like 1895 to like 1920. And I just want to draw parallels from all those things. And I want to be able to back it up with not just my word. So I want to do a little bit of that. What else do I want to do today? I don't know. It's kind of cold in here. I don't have the fireplace on, and it's 66 degrees outside according to here. I think it's colder than that. I'm a bit chilly. But bingo boards? Board time. I think I'm just gonna get right into bingo. Alright, so I already have it like I use free bingo card make whatever. Linking it in the chat. Today's not functioning for me. myfreebingocards.com/bingo card generator. And now I'm gonna I think we stopped at 3, so we'll do C4. I know we watched the Amy's Baking Company ones too, so we'll skip those, but we'll do season 4 to season 3 would be 7, so we'll do 7 if there are 7 seasons. Okay. There. The only thing I want to do is put the lo-fi music because I like a little bit of noise. But anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a really nice weekend. My son's friend had a birthday party, so we went to that and made a lot of friends. They all seem really acquaintances, I guess. I only met them once, but anyway, everyone was there, was based. I ran out of social battery so fast. I did. I kept the kids alive all day by themselves, and I took them to the birthday party myself, so that's a That's something new. This is like the first time ever I've been able to sit cross-legged on this chair. I feel pretty good about that. Alright. Hopefully the music's not too loud. At 6.9. Like look. Kitchen. Alright, so each of these is gonna be a space. I like it when it's like 5 by 5. That's always really nice to me. Bingo cards per page. I don't. One large card. Include a free space. Yep. Same font size. Yep. All on one line. No. Open bingo. Don't know what that means. The option leaves the bottom half of each square empty, so there's a space to write names when playing human. Oh, like for people. No. Don't randomize. No. Okay. So, I'm gonna pop out the chat so I can see if you guys feel free to make recommendations or like hit me with something that you think would happen on Kitchen Nightmare. So we're gonna do like this one's my favorite. Gordon puts Rose. Nope. Dead cooker. Old. Old slash rotten. Tacky. Or oh, I'm gonna put tacky decor slash weird. No, I don't. I'll do weird gimmick as there. I don't know if I should do weird gimmick on its own, like tacky decor slash weird gimmick. Part of me feels like they should be their own thing. I don't know. I'll put them as the same thing, but if we need more later, we can separate them. Tacky decor slash what was that word I used? Oh, now it's gone, so I guess it didn't even matter. Waiting. Someone reach. Owner. Health code violation. Fire. Man, this is hard. Spoon undercooked. Man. Brilliant. Um, Changing my mind. Oh, if Iron Chef is still on Tubi, I'd kind of rather watch that than like a bunch of men yelling. Yeah.
We're going coast to coast.
Okay, so we do have some episodes left. Alright, maybe we'll do... Okay. Alright. Go beef. Pork. Fish. Shellfish. I know there's another type of meat out there and I can't think of it. Veg. Wool. Don't think I... Okay, we want to... Coast. Coast. For the or I don't forget what they're called. The person that like is like he's like, yes, this ingredient is that, that, and that, or oh, this on ground reporter. I don't even know. Oh, who's the ladies that keeps no. Earning. Yes. I gotta get their name. Yes. Can I just copy and paste? Oh, commentator. Okay, wait. Okay. So hey, Bat. Hey, Blue. I never call you Bat. I don't. Guess what we're doing? I need suggestions for Iron Chef Bingo. Yeah, we're doing bingo. I was thinking Kitchen Nightmares, but I'm like, I kind of want to watch really good cooking right now. So I think we're going to do Iron Chef. I'll probably still make the Kitchen Nightmares one up. Maybe we can alternate. But I do need at least one free space. I've never watched Iron Chef. I thought you watched it with us. You come in after we stopped doing Iron Chef Bingo. Playing a lot of Legend of Zelda. Awesome. You have a good weekend so far? Isn't your place closing down? I've seen Kitchen Nightmares, but not Iron Chef. Oh man, you're in for a treat. The weekend's been sweet. Awesome. Trying to think like supposed to be this month. Hopefully. I think all of you guys should not show up for your last day. But that's probably not a good idea, so don't listen to anything I say. I used 6-time Friday. This past Friday or next Friday? For this coming Friday. Oh, man, 5 more. Last Friday. I also have candy corn because #1 can't bear. I don't really like it, but I'm sure I can be wrong sometimes. So you had like a long weekend then, or like at least an extra day. Here, I gotta go back to the wiki. There was an Iron Chef video game. Oh man. I'm so stumped. What's something that you would see on like a cooking show? No, it's Iron Chef. There's no, no, everybody's civil. I need 3 more. Oh, I spelled ingredient right. All right, last one. I was referring to Commissioner Gordon. Oh, not like Kitchen Nightmares Gordon? Like Karma from like Batman? America name drop. Alright, they're done. Alright, this is where you can get your bingo cards. Bingo cards. Let's see. Okay. Iron Chef. Bell. posting. Come on. Oh, what did I do? I need element. I guess. Okay. Okay, cool. See, my camera's gonna. Okay. Good enough. All right. So that is done. That's queued up for like. I'm gonna pull up my own bingo board. All right, so this is what I have. Oh, I should have changed it. Whatever. If you do America theme. So every one of ours should be completely different. So we all have the same things. They're just in different order, except for the today's secret ingredient is to mark off your bingo card. All you have to do is select the one that was called. Let's say, okay, so free space, and you just click right on the button, and it should mark it off. And that's really it. We just go until somebody wins, and then if nobody wins, and I'm done streaming for the night, then nobody wins. But we'll get to that later. Or want to get to the news for a little bit. All right, hold on. We got like breaking news. Well, 48 minutes.
Well, it was a big day in the House Epstein investigation. The Oversight Committee will begin receiving documents from the Epstein estate, and this week, estate lawyers will also allow staffers to view unredacted versions. Epstein's 50th birthday book is among the items to be reviewed. President Trump, of course, sued the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion after denying a report he was among those who contributed to the book.
Well, now we'll
Also
find
highly
out.
anticipated Epstein's Black Book, as Trump supporters and survivors demand a full list of Epstein associates.
I would like to announce here today, us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know.
Well, the woman who made that powerful announcement joins you right now, Lisa Phillips, Epstein survivor, now host of the From Now On podcast. Lisa, welcome. Awfully glad to have your voice here on the broadcast to talk about that. Before we get to that list, you've been an advocate for survivors for a long time, but what was the experience like for you going to the Capitol for a chance to engage with lawmakers? Did you know what to expect ahead of time?
Actually, no, I did not know what to expect. Everything that happened afterwards was a complete surprise to me, but it's what I wanted, was to get the attention that survivors needed to make the change that's necessary.
You know, there was one Republican Congresswoman, Nancy Mace. She emerged from that room visibly shaken and crying. Take us inside. What was it like during that meeting?
Oh, it was absolutely surreal and empowering. It was the most important moment of my life. All of us survivors sat around the table with the Congresswoman and just shared stories. And a few of them told us about domestic violence or rape or things that happened to them in their past. And we just all passed around tissues and cried together. It was just a powerful moment.
And what was it you wanted to convey by doing that? Was it a sense of like, understand us, hear us, feel our pain, and do something?
Absolutely. It takes a lot of courage for victims of sexual abuse and trafficking on this level to come forward and stand there and, you know, sometimes shamefully tell your story. And we are coming into our power because we are coming together as a community, talking about this, sharing our stories and connecting the dots and healing together. So through that, we've become quite a powerful group of women.
I'd say so, yeah. Were you surprised at all by any of the specific responses, any of the questions from any of the congressmen or women?
Woman. Sorry.
Well, I mean, there's a certain sensitivity you need to have with survivors. And some were great at that and some weren't. So it's always like those little jabs they give you. Doesn't feel good. Like I said, there is a lot of shame that comes with dealing with all of this until you're able to just own it and move forward.
So you're suggesting that you would feel shame by the way you were queried by somebody, or did you think it was about a sense of, I'm not sure I believe you? What was it?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not believing us that doesn't feel good. Shame from just the experience. Also, there's a lot of mystery and confusion around Epstein. And a lot of people say, oh, well, why didn't you speak out earlier? Well, we had to take the time. It's been 6 years for us to connect the dots. Oh, you were at that party. Who did you see? Oh, that's funny. I thought I was going to meet with this person for a different reason, but 10 of you met with him too. So it took a while for us to connect the dots to even realize the extent of the abuse that we went through. It's a confusing thing. So yes, there's a lot of shame around it.
In your interactions with members of Congress, did you get any sense of a partisan divide on this issue? Did anyone say they openly did not support the survivors?
Nobody said that. It was 100% support. And I feel from the Republican caucus, they probably all support us too, but maybe they just feel in this moment that they can't. But I believe
why do you say that, Lisa? I mean, was there signaling to you like, I hear you, I understand?
I bet it's kind of lumped up something along the lines of like, oh, you you know, you have this tremendous weight hanging over your head. And like, I want to support you. No, I guess the senators kind of feel like they're in the same position as the survivors in a way, where like they want to speak out, they want to change things, but they also are afraid that if they do, they could lose their job or anything like that. And I'm sure that's like relatable.
Understand what you're going through, and I'm sickened by it, but I can't say something.
Basically, a few of us have reached out or had conversations with them, and I feel the empathy and I feel they want to do something, but I feel sometimes there's a lot of fear around if I stand up for you or if I do something or I'm that one person that signs on, they're scared of what may happen to them. And that's what the survivors have been going through. We're also scared.
Oh.
We have families. A lot of us are mothers. We're scared of what's going to happen to us. But we just want to do what's right. And we know that there's future generations that are watching us.
Amen to that. Congressman Khanna promised the press conference was going to be explosive, and yeah, it delivered. How would you describe the feeling when you were there together, all in this big group? I mean, was that the most powerful moment of this entire ordeal? You've said this was the most important day of your life.
It just felt so good to be able to get to that stage where I have owned it and I'm going to do something about it instead of having that victim mentality and staying hush hush. And I still applaud the women who want to stay quiet, but there was only 300 women that have come forward. And I personally know of over 40 that are staying quiet, and there's probably up to 1,000 or more.
I just want to say this is absolutely commendable. And I think I said this last week, but these women hold a lot of power now, because if somebody were to come out and try to sue them right now, we'd all kind of know why they would, you know?
So there's other stories out there. There's other survivors that need to be heard, whether it's confidentially, anonymously, or if they want to join us would be great. But we are not done. We are on a mission to be heard and understood. And
It's
make some change.
extraordinary. Lisa, when you say there's probably 1,000 women, it is a mind-boggling concept. But let me ask you about talking about survivors that are going to compile together their own list. And Reps Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they have offered to name those names on the House floor. But NBC News reports that the government is fighting in court now to keep that secret. The names of 2 people that Epstein paid and protected from being prosecuted. How does that make you feel?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But as each statement like this is released, people can start connecting the dots a little easier. People, places, flights, contracts, black book, transactions, victim statements. Once they start releasing little by little, they're going to get a better, clearer picture of the dark and disturbing world that was really going on.
And Lisa, by releasing those names, does that give you a sense of security that it is out there, or do you then fear for your safety?
Well, the survivors have never said that we personally are going to release names. I just want to make that clear. When I made that statement, it was to the victims out there who haven't come forward yet, that we are going to get together as a community and talk amongst ourselves confidentially. We didn't have the next step yet. I'm thankful that so many people came forward and said, we've got you. We're going to do this if you compile the names. But we weren't thinking that far ahead because we are aware of the powerful people behind it. And
the legality you could face. Yeah.
And we're not foolish. We're not foolish.
Not at all. Lisa Phillips, thank you so much for your time with us. We're thinking about you and rooting for you, quite frankly. Thanks.
One more, and then we'll get to Zed. Fly
Let's
to the
bring
news,
back
Zed.
Yamiche as we also bring in MSNBC political analyst and host of the Fast Politics podcast, Molly John Fast, and staff writer for The Atlantic,
never
Mark
mind.
Leibovich. Always good to see you both here.
I don't want to see a group of talking heads.
Freestyle
Yes,
the
I love
news.
freestyle news.
Hey,
After firing the entire
yeah, we got it.
No, I'm asking the questions here, Mr. Kennedy.
Y'all already.
I'm asking the questions.
One, two, three, four. It's a hat trick. Been a long time coming. Let me cash in. Catch a case out here, get the ass kicked. Everybody jump in when I'm outside saying fuck fascists. Tell them whole court, let the blockers block it till they run it up top to the pocket docket. Motherfucker, see the line that he crossed and crossed it. If it's ringing any bells when I ask some shot you out here. Yeah, swag like Bieber, cap till I go on a cap like Steven. Threaten everybody for the past 2 weekends. Go inside the hearings when they ask start
so
tweaking.
good.
Jesus, what about the vaccination? What you feeding raw milk to like half the patients? They just fire everybody in them blasted cases. Even Orange over here thinking that bitch crazy. Like, woo! Back in the form, change the defense to Department of War. Stay in the course when your party endorse, unless you out here fucking with Apex Shakur. But yeah, I've been thinking about whether or not to endorse who we got or the predator. Me and the senator working on messages. All while the president brought
Oh,
through until the
love
election.
it.
Went, in this economy, trying to get a job quicker than a Snoop apology. Now the groups is all mad at the bad Monopoly party crash out, feeling like they're playing the lottery. Yeah, well, they gotta be. Tell me what it cost you. Man, show me who you got. I hope they really not imposters. Living through the era where like everybody toxic. I lose their spot like an SNL roster.
Hi, Jovi.
Too soon?
Oh, please tell me he's got like a Spotify playlist of all of the freestyles. Oh my god, yes. Oh, they're explicit, so now I have to like show ID, right? It was really good. I really like that. That was so.
Way
I don't know,
too
it gets pretty
soon.
loud. Turn it down a little bit.
They already gone? So next Friday, they finally soundproof my room. I have been waiting for so fucking long for this. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching Freestyle the News. If you like what you heard, please dive into that like button with a magic nail after years of speculation and wait as you explore the forgotten Bug Kingdom's treasures and wonder, and then crash every storefront known to man as everybody tries to download your majestic indie game at the same time. And then leave a comment on your favorite bar. Look, Hollow Knight is obviously a big deal, right? I haven't finished the first one. I played it a little bit, but I never really sunk my teeth into it like I wanted to. I started it back up again. I kind of want to stream it, you know, just going through it for the first time again, technically for the second time. And you can ask me news questions while I do. But look, Silksong feels like an event, right? Crashed literally fucking every storefront that was trying to sell it. It looks super sick, incredibly beautiful. Some of the music sounds amazing, right? But I also, at the same time, got into the Marvel Tokon beta. So that's its own fun little can of worms. Also, I want to put this out there. David Dole, the Rational National, come, let me teach you my ways.
That artwork looks familiar. I wonder, I think I knew somebody who drew Marvel artwork like as their job, like for Marvel, and draw them, but I don't know if that's 100%. I have to fix my overlay because they keep putting stuff in like the top right corner. And like that, I don't want to cover it up. All right. But it's just the chat, so I can. That really easy. Don't worry, guys. I promise I'll be done in a moment. I already fucked it up again. Now there's usually accidentally. It's also raining here. Raining pretty good since last night. Or not what you. Fuck. Fudge. Sorry, I'm not. Close. I'll take it.
The ways of degeneracy in Marvel. You will learn. But look, aside from all that, look, obviously this
That was the Fallout song.
Also, I want to put this out there. David Dole, the Rational National, come. Let me teach you my ways. The ways of degeneracy in Marvel. You will learn. But look, aside from all
That's
that,
the
look.
Fallout. That's the song from Fallout 4 when they start introducing like the Great War before like all of the shit goes down in like the cut scene in the very beginning of the game. And also I think the same one that kind of plays in the opening cut, like the menu screen.
Obviously, this was a crazy, crazy week. So let's just do ourselves a favor and just jump into this breakdown. We got a ton of stuff to talk about today. A very weird news week. I want to try to fit as much as I can in here. There are some stories like this Steam censorship story I want to kind of save for a Zed Talks. But right up top, let's just go ahead and start off with the fucking bonkers RFK hearing that went off the rails and then collided into another train and then collided into a fucking aircraft carrier and just kept colliding with different large vehicles because fuck it, off the rails isn't good enough when you crash out as hard as this.
Yeah.
Look, RFK's tenure as the Secretary of Health and Human Services thus far has not been great, mainly because he's fucking crazy. There's a lot of hyperbole in the world, but whalehead tied to a car, I will never get over. Also, you doing everything to vaccines you said you wouldn't fucking do at your confirmation hearing, also kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Also, raw milk. fucking bonkers. And look, even with all the softballs and loyalty plays and glazing you see from the usual suspects when it comes to criticizing the Trump administration, even with that, there has still been widespread concern with how fucking crazy things have been over at the CDC. Crazy enough that good old Robert, my voice sounds like one of those commercials with old smokers who have a hole in their throat, Kennedy Jr., took to the committee floor to give insight on exactly what was going on.
Take on food dyes, baby formula contamination, the grass loophole, fluoride in our drinking water, gas station heroin. Not say that to her. And I never had a private meeting with her. Other witnesses said that.
So she's lying today to the American people in the Wall Street Journal.
Yes, sir. Politicize ASAP. I depoliticize it. The Congress has been investigating ASAP.
All over the country, Mr. Secretary, scientists and doctors are saying otherwise. They're all wrong too. They're all lying, according to you.
The scientists and doctors are supporting me all over the country. And maybe you're listening to
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Vicky and Vans Casino and Museum.
Oh my God.
Never been associated with my
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hold on. Sorry. I'm messing with my overlay.
Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I am simply trying to
Thanks for the follow.
say that the people that you have put on that panel.
I'm dropping so many frames. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's up, but maybe it's the. Bear with me.
After firing the entire.
You're evading the question.
No, I'm asking the questions here,
You're
Mr.
evading
Kennedy.
that question.
I'm asking the questions,
I
Mr.
asked you
Kennedy.
a question.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator, they deserve the.
No, you're not telling the truth. No, you're not telling the truth. Oh my goodness. Sorry, this overlay is gonna drop. I don't like where it is right here. I kind of like it up here more at like the top. Maybe I should flip goals with the cat. Out. I can't keep looking at OBS. I keep going, that's not good enough. Goals on. Yay, I think how it looks. It's better. Definitely better. Lock the webcam, click on the web. Don't change. Hard to see. Webcam. Drag goal. This is gonna drive me nuts. There. Perfect. Excellent. Oh, no, it's not. All right. Every time I move it, it clicks. If you guys ever wanted to learn how to do OBS, now's your chance to left click, or you right click, you hit transform, edit transform. Go over to crop it from the top. I feel like I'm about to do the cha-cha slide. Actually, that. There we go. Close. Done. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Let's go. Back to the video. Oh, man.
The truth, and that's what we're going to give them for the first time in the history of that agency.
You accept the fact that 1 million Americans died from COVID?
I don't know how many died.
You're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You don't have any idea how many Americans died from COVID?
I don't think anybody knows that because there was so much data chaos.
Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine...
No.
I do just have to say, RFK's acting like all of the CDC stuff was all Biden's data when Trump was the one who was in office. I even think when the vaccine was given out. Like, I'm pretty sure you could start getting the vaccine in 2020. I don't 100% remember. But I'm pretty sure a lot of that information was also under the Trump presidency. I don't understand.
And that's the problem, is that they didn't have the data.
What the fuck is going on? You don't know how many people died? Robert, how were you even a fucking politician, Robert? When the opportunists and grifters in the Trump universe usually come to combative hearings, they at least try to dress their bullshit in this I'm better than you smug, kind of like everything's winning confidence. Not the energy of a guy freaking out that his friends found out his girlfriend isn't real. No, that's it. You're dumb. What do you mean? What do you mean? She doesn't live here, okay? She's a special visa program, right? And she can only text me on weekends. That's why I can't call her right now, Chaz. She's Amish, by the way. That's super fucking offensive that you would even ask me to do that. So when I meant text, I meant carrier pigeon. You know what the fuck you're talking about. Also, this is just a flashlight. Don't open it. You're the pervert. The constant deflections and half-ass attempts to just avoid and embrace some magic narrative make it pretty obvious who gave this guy advice on how to handle the hearing. Yup, RFK was clearly inexperienced with whatever advice he tried to implement because he looked bad going 10 toes down on some of these decisions. And you could see it when Bill Cassidy, one of the only Republicans who didn't throw softballs at him, calls him out.
Mr. Secretary, do you agree with me that the president deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed?
Yeah, absolutely, Senator. That was phenomenal.
Let me ask you, but you just told Senator Bennett that the COVID vaccine killed more people than COVID.
Wait,
that was a statement.
I did not say that.
It also surprises me because you've canceled, or HHS did, but apparently under your direction, $500 million in contracts using the mRNA vaccine platform that was critical to Operation Warp Speed. You've called for, and rightly so, that we should restrict participation in agencies for those with conflict of interest. What I am concerned about is that many of those whom you've nominated for ACIP have received revenue as serving as expert witnesses for plaintiffs' attorneys suing vaccine makers. That actually seems like a conflict of interest. Real quickly, do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
Senator Cantwell.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Thanks, Beavis. Also, way to go, Bill, on that frame. That was the walking Joe Pesci into a room of baits that you pulled. Do you believe President Trump deserves a Nobel Prize? Oh, yeah, of course. Well, why you fucking lying about him then? Cassidy is a licensed physician and reluctantly voted for RFK. That's what bullshit polarization gets you, Bill. And very clearly, Bill regrets that decision. And RFK's hearing was a blow up. His erratic behavior instantly making headlines to the point where Trump had to distance himself from RFK, emphatically stating when talking about vaccines, pure and simple, they work. Saying that people should take non-controversial vaccines. I mean, I hate to break it to you, bro, but
Donald Trump deserve a bitch ass prize. Blue, I'm gonna give you a free ooh for that one. Donald Trump deserves a bitch ass prize. Ooh. Did you see he was asking people for money to get into heaven? I'm like, that is some mega church priest stuff. Mega church pastor wants you to give him $15 so he can get into heaven to tell God ahead of time that you're pretty okay. I'm like, come on. You couldn't grift any harder. The Facebook Karen, he's a con man. He's a snake salesman. He's a charlatan. He always everything he talks about that he wants to do or that he builds or that he makes, it's like always got this like invisibility cloth over it that hides all of the awful stuff he did to make it. And then like he just talks himself up and he's got like a charisma 12 and people are like, well, what do you want me to do with this? Hey. Like, it's hard to get past a charisma 12 when most of the people in like the business community are like, everybody sucks up to each other because they all just want to get like, they just want to circle jerk the money around to themselves and like sex traffic women and other stuff like that. So of course they just all befriend Trump and Epstein and all these other. Yeah, but seeing him post about like getting into heaven, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna help you.
yours aren't non-controversial. And ironically enough, before,
but it's also not meant to like help him. I think he genuinely is trying to scam like his fan base because like the older people will be like, oh yeah, I'm Christian, I want him to get into heaven.
Trump made those statements, there was also a poll of GOP voters where the majority actually supported vaccines. Huh? What a sudden change of heart from the president right after that poll. But look, in terms of health, crackpots and the culture war have really taken their toll on the United States healthcare system, which wasn't doing super great if you hadn't noticed. Right, Luigi? So this Luigi, right? Right? Wrong. Actually, this is a multi-millionaire. That's right, you fucking bourgeoisie shit. Florida, for example, announced that it would get rid of all of its vaccine mandates, likening it to slavery. Fucking yikes. While California, Oregon, and Washington teamed up to form the Western Health Alliance. Basically an alliance to help make sure that the health policies in all three of those states are informed by scientific consensus and issue their own recommendations against RFK's fucking cadaver. And look, the US healthcare system has always been broken in so many ways, right? Obviously, the work RFK has done to undermine vaccines has also made it way harder for a lot more people to get vaccinated. I think alliances can help, like a second opinion, but insurers are going to do what insurers are going to do. And even more so than that, let's say the Democrats retake everything in the next 4 years and are like, okay, let's undo all the RFK shit and set everything back to neutral. Well, opposition red states can start their own, I guess, Freedom Health Initiative, where I guess they just drink raw milk and then turn into a cordyceps zombie and issue their own recommendations. Similar to the gerrymandering thing, it's just a dangerous precedent to set, but necessary because of where the fuck we are. I think it's heartening that RFK's blow up was so fucking bad.
RFK is so insane. LARPed as a conservationalist so hard he wants to conserve deadly diseases. What gets me is the whale story, because like this man grew up in Massachusetts on like the water. How are you gonna touch a dead whale like that? He put it on top of his car and took it home, and it was already sitting there for like days. And then there's the bears. Dude staged a bear attack in Central Park after he hit a bear somewhere else, like nowhere near New York. I think he hit it somewhere between New York and like Massachusetts, I guess. And he drove it all the way to Central Park and dropped its body there. Why is everybody in the government some kind of like wacky racers villain? Like we've got Gilded Age McOrangeface. Oh, you can't see it. I'm in the way. God. I'll get it. Take it off of the asshole. Although then I'm not going to be able to see where I'm positioning it. I swear this will be the last time I move it. Promise. Yeah. Oh. Flip in. All right, good enough. I think this will be the... No. Okay. I think I did it. Out of here. Out of here. Hopefully I saved it. Yes, I did. Click on that. Right. Nope. Right. I'm also on the wrong screen. Full admin do have a caricature look. Wait, not caricature. I can't read. I'm really sorry. Hi, my name's Charlie. I'm 35 and I never learned how to read. Yeah, oh yeah, I think that's character. When you only see a word or when you only hear words.
Because now Trump has to take a stand on vaccines that is the opposite direction. Also,
yeah, look at Trump. He looks like a vaudevillian. Like he looks like what people would draw like politicians to look like in like the 1930 business cartoons. Like he's just missing like a top hat and like a watch that goes from like here to here. And like his face is all painted and everything. Like he's got the crazy eyebrows. He's got that differentiate from the rest of the face. He's got the suit juxtaposed to the tie. RFK carries dead whales around. Like the JD Vance memes are so prevalent. You forget what he looks like. Really, I can't. Every time he's in a meeting, all I see is the distance between the bottom of his pants and his shoes. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are your pants that short? Who is your tailor? This is what happens when you get rid of DEI. You have no idea how bad you look until afterwards. People have been going around and editing the Rose Garden patio dinner from the other night and putting baby JD Vance in every JD Vance picture, even like the ones from a distance. It's been really funny to watch. The South Park depiction of him is my favorite depiction of him. That's really good. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. Usually bad administrations lead to good comedy. Good art too. We're about to see a boom in music, hopefully. I mean, we're already seeing it with like artists like Chappell Roan. And that's literally all I can think of right now. This is what happens when you get blacklisted from all the tailors for leaving certain stains on their dressing room furniture. Oh my god! You said it, not me. Did you ever see that like clip of Rudy Giuliani like digging in his pants while that one reporter? Well, it was a Sacha Baron Cohen skit, but he got like Rudy Giuliani to like. Well, he didn't get Rudy Giuliani trying to get his pickle wet, and it didn't. It was not good. Sacha Baron Cohen had to like step in.
What did I fucking say? People pivot when unpopularity is there. But also, while some mitigations like alternative recommendations and RFK's image tanking help, like I said before, that doesn't.
Also, I don't know if that'll get to it. RFK Jr. mentioned Tylenol by name, not acetaminophen, in like a thing that he's going to put out talking about how Tylenol caused autism. And people on the internet are tearing him apart because he's like, they're like, autism was officially like named in 1943. Pretty sure by Nazis, by the way. And then Tylenol was invented in 1955, or Tylenol the brand. Sacha Baron Cohen all the way, but there are some good moments. I don't know anything outside of that moment, and like my wife, and I didn't watch that. It was just said a lot. I don't think I've ever seen one of his movies. I just, when people quote Monty Python all the time, it was like that, but for Sacha Baron Cohen. Sacha Baron Cohen is wildly racist in everything he has ever made. That's fair. If he is not the races that he's playing, I don't think he should play them. And I also think the character, like amping up the character of a certain stereotype, is pretty racist. So, like thinking about like his, I think that's.
Doesn't mean everybody's out of the woods. The more pressing on RFK's insanity, the more.
Both Borat character and Ali G. Yeah, I'm thinking about Borat, and I'm like, yeah, that was a little like extra cartoonish portraying of like some European country. Like that doesn't really seem very fair. So yeah, I'd agree with that.
Singling out how dangerous he's clearly making things, and the more putting his criticisms up against the discovery of the COVID vaccine, which was under Trump's presidency, the more we can blunt the damage he does to our healthcare system.
Right, so he named Tylenol. And so now I've heard rumors that Tylenol is potentially going to sue RFK Jr. for like defamation. But I also cannot confirm that because I've only heard it from like two sources. So, and nothing like big.
That's what it is right now. Blunt it. There's a lot of work left. Let me know what you think in the comments. So very quickly, let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted, right? Like identity theft. Digital identity theft, especially over the last year, has become a more complicated and.
Ali G was blackface pretty much. Yeah, I think taking on like a complete persona, beard, makeup, I think that's equal to blackface. Yeah, totally.
Burgeoning issue. Whether it's a service you use that got hacked, or weird text scams, or people just finding out a little about what you like and targeting you specifically. And 2025 is actually on pace to set a new record for identity theft, with multiple organizations urging Americans to take this stuff seriously. And it is absolutely serious and requires serious tools, which is why I'm really happy that this episode is sponsored by NordProtect. I became a NordProtect.
He didn't go so far as to actually paint himself. Well, I mean, if he used makeup to draw anything on his face, help cover up or concealer, or a little bit of foundation, I consider that makeup or like painting. Like kind of like how Shane Dawson would put on like a wig and like too much eyeliner, and that was like his Shanae character. So like I'd equal the two.
Customer in the last month,
Shane
and
Dawson,
it is no joke. It's a comprehensive tool that acts as insurance on everything about you. It's got real-time credit monitoring or identity monitoring, dark web scans to check for any SSN leaks. They also are very heavy when it comes to checking malware breaches and can tell you instantly if your info has been exposed. But more importantly, if you get targeted, right? NordProtect gives you full identity restoration, a reset button in a way, with up to $1 million in recovery coverage, plus protection against scams and even cyber extortion attempts. And it's a great tool for peace of mind, especially in the world we live in. The sign-up process is a little bit involved.
So has there been a new episode of South Park since like the one where Jesus came down and everybody got sued?
But it's supposed to be for this level of protection. And again, this is not like a random happens to everybody but me kind of situation. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody I've been on camera with in the past, right, told me the other day they were just hanging out and then received a call about a couple trying to open a bank account in his fucking name in another state. That is absolutely true. And I immediately recommended this because now he's got to go through all these other steps with his accounts and different things locked down because this happened until they can verify what's going on. And look, in terms of plans, NordProtect is flexible with bronze, silver, gold, and platinum plans.
Labubu and a big reveal pertaining Trump and Satan. Is it that he's Saddam Hussein or is it that they're dating?
Plans to scale to your specific needs and budget. And all of them make sure your identity is safe and that the internet isn't just a bunch of knives waiting to steal your social security number. And if you go right now to nordprotect.com/ZProtect and enter in the code,
we're gonna finish this out for like 15 minutes and then spoiler. I saw the pictures. Have you not seen it? It's like Satan is pregnant. Oh my God, no. I don't like wherever this is going. I don't know if I like that.
Zed Protect, because I do protect, right? You get an extra 5% off a NordProtect plan right now. So that if you want the peace of mind to protect your identity in 2025,
it's why Satan is still with Trump. No, girl, no, it's hard to leave. Oh, I'm scared for life seeing Labubu and Trump in the same sentence. I'm scarred for life seeing Labubu and Trump in the same sentence. Made me picture Trump with a Labubu face. And also, Butters buys a lot of Labubu and gets ultra rare Labubu for Ren. Oh. I want a communist Labubu. Give me the Labubu from Karl Marx's grave, please. It would be, oh my God. Yeah, like his hair in between like the little like, they have ears, or do some of them have like little tiny ears, or are they like bigger ears? I don't know. I only ever see like the one March, the camera / awesome person that walks with Hassan. He's got like an emo one. Because Labubus are demonic and they use demonic rituals. No, is that what the show is going with? Did did the Labubu summon Satan? And then Satan got pregnant by Trump? Just like a Rosemary Baby situation? Warning. Ad break.
if you want the tools to be aware of what's going on, and if you really like this rap news show and want to support it in some way, go to nordprotect.com/ZProtect, enter in the code ZProtect, and secure your identity today. One last time, nordprotect.com/ZProtect with the code ZProtect. All right, back to the breakdown. Now, let's move on to that motherfucker.
Nah, it's just Satan and Trump and fucking for real, and Trump impregnated him. He's M-pregged. Sometimes I hate how internet culture has, like, penetrated society as a whole. Like, I shouldn't know what MPreg is. You guys should know what MPreg is. South Park definitely shouldn't think about what MPreg is. And yet here we are. I was down in London a few weeks ago and I kept seeing adverts for a paid Karl Marx walking tour. Well, maybe it's like fair wages for fair work. Maybe it's like, look, I think me walking around and giving you this tour is worth this amount of money. They use the Labubus as being demonic as a way for them to summon Satan by South Park, and Jesus confronts Satan, and then Satan reveals his pregnancy. Definitely check out the episode if you get the chance. No, I want you to spoil it all through the chat. I want you to painstakingly. I need paragraph by paragraph breakdown. Okay.
Boss,
give me the game theory.
You thought he was gone? Nah, man, he's like a fucking Lyme disease. I think at this point, saying that Donald Trump had an eventful week is like showing this picture of an invisible man. There's nothing there. I can't. What's going on? Obvious to everybody, right? But once again, because of the cacophony of information we keep getting, and after a very exhausting August, like I said before, it's been hard to keep up with him because of how much he has been flooding the zone with headlines. Well,
yeah.
Funny enough, continuing from last week, Trump has actually had another week filled with enormous.
Have you ever seen any Spitting Image before? It's a British political satire show. Such a fucking fever dream, all done with crazy ass puppets. I have not. Hold on. I'm gonna put that in my phone right now. I love British comedy. My God, Little Britain was like one of my favorite shows. I had a friend who in Nottinghamshire, and she sent me like the first and second season, and it was so good. Vinny. Satirical, nope, not spitting. Sorry. Thank you.
Enormous setbacks to his administration.
During COVID, they had Trump get shrunk down to negotiate with Corona. Then he bought the COVID cell with him and made it Secretary of Health. And yes, he also banged it.
Administration's policies. Before I get into those really quickly, I am not saying a piece of paper written hundreds of years ago and magical checks and balances are going to stop him. B, I am saying that other people's incentives, greed, and decentralization of functional power.
I'm not gonna lie, tinfoil hat time, I still believe, tinfoil hattedly, that Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro released COVID so that they could kill paper magic. And what I mean by that is that they released COVID because they wanted to stop having to print the physical cards. So because they just came out with Magic the Gathering Online Arena, where they wouldn't have to print the cards anymore, and they also would be able to like rotate them out easier, and it wouldn't cost so much to run all these events. So let's just get rid of paper cards. And then they made the cards so expensive and got rid of MSRP that it's almost impossible for game stores to buy cards. So yeah, I think Hasbro released COVID. Tinfoil hat off.
That interacts with the presidency and optics that affect other people's interests can stop him. And C, authoritarians need to be broadly popular even in governments with less decentralized protections in order to fully take over with no issue. Donald Trump is broadly unpopular. Okay, let's start with the jobs report, which saw another hit this week with the news coming out that there would actually, for the first time in a while, be more unemployed people than job openings in the United States.
Called it. Called it. Between people having to leave the country because, well, they don't count towards unemployment, so never mind. That immigrants who are undocumented cannot, they're not able to collect unemployment, so they weren't counting towards the unemployment numbers. Wait, it starts with two girls in talking about Labubu, and then they end up fighting over their Labubu being knocked off, and then PC principal breaks up the argument, and they go to counselor's office, and current counselor, why is Jesus counselor? But yeah, so when people stopped buying products from the United States, like China with like soy, because of the tariffs that we were imposing, like the shenanigans we were pulling, we could see then that affects the supply chain. We saw that when truckers were getting laid off, that like affects the supply chain. With prices going up, people are buying less, that affects the supply chain. Every step in that supply chain is going to have to lose employees. And what companies like to do is when they start losing employees, they like to give one employee like 800 jobs, really bear them down. And then those people end up quitting, but then they're like, oh, I guess we just don't need that anymore. We'll let AI do that. And then it gets even worse and worse, and it's pounding across every sector. Every sector, even like construction is down, healthcare down, hospitals closing, businesses closing. We had a further 500 people arrested and brutalized protesting yesterday. The war criminal Secretary of Defense, promoted by Deputy Prime Minister. Ooh, so great. Oh, are you British? I saw you guys are having massive demonstrations. I'm proud of you. I think that's incredible. Keep it up. Yeah, I'm in the UK. Keep it up. And watch. If you need some motivation, there's two things I could tell you. One, you need to be more spiteful than they are persistent. And then the other piece of advice would be watch V for Vendetta. Every time I start to feel down about myself, about like the movement, I'm like, no, I need to go watch V for Vendetta. It re-solidifies everything. But yeah, I did hear that Net Labubu was coming to the UK. I'm shocked. Actually, I'm not shocked that they're not arresting him. Kind of saw that coming. It's late.
Cool. Thanks indeed. It's not your fault.
What are you 5 hours? 5 hours ahead? It's 7:40 p.m. here.
I'm just lashing out. Inflation also rose to 2.9%. Both of those severe.
Activists have shut down an Elbit system factory. They've been getting fucked up for months, so they're quietly closing up, I think. I think it's 5 hours to EST. I think that activists are closing up, or the Elbit system closing up. I love seeing all the concerts and all the artists standing together. And I really love seeing every time the BBC cuts out an artist who's like their headliner that they don't want showing on TV because they don't want to be accused of supporting a genocide. Factory is closing. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I was at a low-key concert Friday. Really good. I'm really, really digging Kneecap. And then Red walks up to Butters, Scott Hinson, and Dougie while they're playing in the sandbox, and she asks Butters to go to her birthday party, and she asks him to go get her a specific ultra rare wait. She asked him to get her a specific rare Labubu for a present. So he goes to City Walk, but it's called City Pop up now. And the guy in City Pop up charges a lot for of money for Labubus. Yeah, but Kneecap's been great. I've been loving what they're doing. I didn't hear about them until like Coachella. Or like just before Coachella. And I'm like, damn, they're really good.
Really undercutting Trump's obvious bullshit lie of the economy's doing great. On top of that, Trump faced even more court losses this week. Judges blocking his order to end the legal protections of Venezuelan migrants, handing over control of the National Guard back to Los Angeles, and ruling many of his tariffs illegal, and stating that Trump needed to send Harvard the money that he was withholding from them. All of these are bad news for Trump, especially after he tried to make
Loki is great. He does a lot of activism in his music, and outside of it, he bricked Piers Morgan's pea brain on his show a couple of times. Oh, I love that. Oh my god, I love when people get Piers Morgan to shut up. He's such a whiny baby.
All of these big news all of the time, right? Some of these he can't even use his powers to specifically enforce against. So they lock into effect like the end of tariffs, I think in October. But even if he can't use the
He ended the show early, I think. Oh my god. Do you remember when he like was that after Meghan Markle where they were getting married and he said some awful stuff about her and he like stormed off the TV set because Loki highlighted Piers Zionist's masters? Yep. 100%.
powers of the executive, you fucking know what that means. SCOTUS!
Here's from everything I've seen, for as long as I've been able to follow Piers Morgan's career, he has always been on the wrong side of history. And the entire episode, the City Walk guy's wife is yelling at him in Chinese how he's overcharging people. Okay.
Scott, they won't let me be. They won't let me bomb the economy. Trump has been relying on the Supreme Court's emergency docket for a little bit too.
And also, he keeps saying woke is dead throughout the episode. Or walk is dead. Because he used to be employed by Rupert Murdoch, and now he's by an Israeli company. Yeah, I mean, even when he was employed by Rupert Murdoch, he's always been on the wrong side of history. I think it is funny, though, that Rupert Murdoch is not backing down from that lawsuit with Trump, though.
Rubber stamp his crazy agenda every time it gets blocked for being illegal or overreach. It's similar to what the Bush administration did at certain points, but specifically, the emergency docket is a little bit more insidious. These emergency rulings are temporary stays until the court can fully hear arguments.
That's what I'm saying. He's been funded by Zionists from day one. Oh, yeah, then. Yeah, I didn't know where Rupert Murdoch stood. I wasn't sure if he was just like, let's friend Israel and take all their money and accept it for funsies, or if he was truly like Zionist. I'm not saying either way is good. Does that make sense?
And all that when the time comes. But a lot of these temporary stays end up being useful for Trump to slide in his agenda pieces whenever it suits him, which is probably why a bunch of federal judges recently went on record to call out the SCOTUS.
Big business will always be Zionist. Really, I do see the tides turning. I see a lot of shifts, especially with I think it was MSNBC who had the numbers guy going out over the polls. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. said wrong. Yeah, I did. What's his name? Not Carmacki. All right. I'll look for it later. But the polls are basically out that like I think it was like 87% plus or minus of Democrats in the United States want to see the end of the genocide in Gaza. And then like I think it was like 17% of people polled. I've seen the media pivot. Oh, but the fact that they ran that poll on TV was a big media shift, and it's starting to pivot, and they're all going to start, like, there's going to be a wave. There's going to be a culture shift. I've seen the media pivot slightly, but more so just one bad guy argument, just focus on Netanyahu and not the wider implications, Zionism as the whole. Yeah, that's going to take time. And unfortunately, it is easier to break stuff than to put stuff back together, and this is gotta be where we have to implement like new journalists into the system, or like fresh blood into things that have different and ranging opinions. And I think if we start seeing that, that'll be great. But in the current climate we're in, between what's happening here in the United States and what's happening over there without controlling most of Western media, it is a little bit more difficult. But I do think we're making progress, especially with the online pressure. I've been noticing that like a lot, is that the online pressure is really helping. Was in Barcelona last week, saw in Fatila set up. That's awesome. I've been catching little glimpses of it online, and I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, there is something about a group of people amassing in a fleet of boats that just moves me emotionally. And then, like, the fact that I hope that they're going to break the siege. There's so many countries involved now at this point that it would almost, I feel like, start a war if something bad were to happen. And the fact that, like, Greta isn't giving up, and she's like, okay, you arrested me once, do it again. Same thing's gonna happen. Good luck. Like, I love that. Like, that's ballsy AF.
Stating that the emergency docket is being used to directly undermine the institution of the judiciary. So a couple of things here. Number one, I think that pretty obviously they have a point. We're not blind here. All of the requests Trump has made for staying.
I also heard parts of Italy are calling for port closures if they grab any of the ships. Italian unions are threatening to shut shit down if the boats are stopped. And probably more unions too. I just haven't heard of. Yeah, that's exactly what I've heard. I've heard Italians and possibly Greeks. But I think that's incredible because Italy is a major hub of transportation. Milan, absolutely massive import area. Rome itself, insane. So, I mean, not in the city center. I'm just saying, like, people import a lot there, and those boats have to come from somewhere. Not to mention you've got exports. There are, and also the students are organizing to shut down Italian universities too. The Italians know what's up, man. I mean, the French are rioting like every day. One second, sorry. The French are rioting like every day, and it's super base, but I really, like, Italians hit it a totally different way. And you know when the Italians start to riot, like, things are about to pop off. All right. I love that, like, people are uniting on this. I mean, I would expect people to unite on it. It's just taking a really long time. And, like, it's kind of wild because a lot of people outside of, I don't want to say all of, like, the concentration camps under Germany, under the Nazis' control were like all in Germany, but every concentration camp, it's not like everybody didn't know. A lot of people know and chose to ignore it or work around it so they didn't have to like any kind of, anything. And so like it was kind of hard for information to get out about it, and it wasn't until like American and Russian soldiers started stumbling into the concentration camps did we realize what was happening, and the news got here and people were horrified. But at that point, most of the Holocaust was, perfectly well on its way. And unfortunately here, we have been watching this happen in real time for many, 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 many years, and no one has done anything. And now we are at the point where we should have been doing something, and I would have hoped people have stood up, but it is taking too long. And it makes me worry what would have happened if this was happening back in like 1930.
All of these blocks against his orders have been done in bad faith. Number two, I think also it's important to distinguish between where the court is being hyper-partisan when it comes to capitulating to Trump and where they're playing into their own orthodoxy, which also is problematic. And again, I'm not downplaying what these judges are saying or the court's role with their decisions on the shadow docket pushing through Trump's overreach little by little. Again, I want to understand why a decision
UK is about to get so much worse soon with the trajectory we're on towards the next election. I do have some optimism though with the advent of our new left party and the new leader elected to lead our Green Party, as long as they collaborate. And I think that should be a lot of goal of politicians. When we saw the French politicians come together and say, look, pick both of us, pick one of us, or we're not going to run against each other. This person's the most popular one, so vote for them. Like, when they cross-endorse each other, that was excellent. We're starting to see that more in politics too now, with Zohran Mamdani and Brad Lander cross-endorsing each other for the mayoral primary. And I think we also saw that, I was going to say South Korea was a different thing. A coalition with the Green and the New Party is our only option. I think as long as they're promising like a chicken in every pot and your ability to keep your roof over your head, I think that's a good. But if they like sugarcoat it with like, oh, we can't feed you unless we deport all the immigrants, no.
is laid out the way.
Just have the entire country look what's happening here at the United States, if they can even see it. But that's like where imperialist countries are headed right now, is like every major imperialist country. Okay, maybe not France now, but never mind, I'm on a tangent.
It is to be more effective at countering or fixing the problem when one has the power to. Because when it comes to sycophants on the court, look, there are two very specific sycophants we have.
Most of the morons would love what the U.S. looks like reaching. Oh my God, not when the Depression starts, bro. I would say if it doesn't start by like December, I'm going to say somewhere around Christmas, we're going to start seeing the markets tank. And my main reason is because Black Friday. Black Friday in the United States is, and it usually a very indicating day on where like what shoppers are feeling. And they've been painting and hanging England flags everywhere recently. But they're so stupid, some accidentally painted the Danish flag. Fuck, I lost what I was saying. Never mind. That's so dumb. You gotta love it. Oh, right. So sometime after Black Friday here in America, I predict that we're going to start seeing the market tanking because people are not going to have the money to spend at businesses for like accessories, toys, especially with the way the tariffs are. Now, what'll be really funny is if probably won't happen because the Supreme Court is probably going to go in favor of Trump. But if the tariff going away thing were to stick, be really funny because the Trump administration has to pay back all of that money, and that would be hilarious to watch. And I think a lot of it would have to come back to us. Because remember, the importer, person who imported the good, pays the sales tax.
The court, Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas. The others waffle a little bit inconsistently with how they rule on certain things. Amy Coney Barrett recently did an interview, her first major television interview since joining the court, and her answers give a through line into some of her decisions. I'm going to preface again that I don't agree or like a majority of these decisions, but the through line makes the inconsistencies where she's broken with Trump make a little bit more sense. Also, no, I'm not trusting her hook, line, and sinker, right? Like I said, look at incentives and figure out actions around those incentives. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, Amy, great, you said that good. But look, Barrett's contention was that the law was not an opinion poll and that the court shouldn't be imposing its own values on the American people, which is a little fucking rich, Amy, but it does illuminate at least the direction of some of her decision making. Barrett and a lot of these justices have operated from the contention that Roe should be a state's issue. That's been the right-wing talking point from law people on the right for a long fucking time. But they've also operated, like I've said before, under the unitary executive theory, which each of these justices has a different sliding scale view on. If you look at the rulings like the ones for Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the US aid money, and even the weird kind of workaround bullshit they did for nationwide injunctions, two of which they ruled directly against the Trump administration, all of them operate around specific powers given depending on your view of the unitary executive.
The UK Fascist Party Reform had a conference recently, and one of their counselors came out singing LMFAO. It feels like such... It really does. Like, sometimes I'm like, Homer wishes he could write a plot this. Like, the insanity that has been the last 30 years has been awful. And it's all because, like, America couldn't keep its nose out of shit.
Executive theory. For example, in the baseline of the unitary executive theory, I've said that so many times, take a shot every time I say it, the president cannot misappropriate money, right? In the CASA decision that the Supreme Court recently made not too long ago, that power of the purse is reaffirmed to Congress. And while judges cannot issue nationwide injunctions for relief, they can grant relief from multiple plaintiffs in a class action lawsuit, or through a few other workarounds, which is exactly what happened with the birthright citizenship order. After this decision came down, the ACLU and a bunch of other organizations filed a nationwide class action lawsuit against the Trump administration over the birthright citizenship order, and a nationwide class action injunction was issued, which put a stay on the order. That and the other two orders that ruled directly against Trump wouldn't exist if they were just being sycophantic. These weird semantic bullshit games is how the Supreme Court operates and has operated for a long fucking time, and is more evidence that there is a through line that doesn't necessarily worship Trump, but is friendly to him. Don't get it mistaken. Something doesn't need to be sycophantic to Donald Trump to be his ally here, especially if he's willing to use it in bad faith ways. And Barrett has handed Trump a lot of victories. All
Christ, there's a boomer around here.
Implying that gay marriage is
really blue
off the table. In her book,
what did I do now?
The court has held that the rights to marry, engage in sexual intimacy, use birth control, and raise children are fundamental, but the rights to do business, commit suicide, and obtain an abortion are not. That last one's a little bit more fucking specific, isn't it, Amy? With Kavanaugh himself confirming also the Hobbs decision on abortion did.
True. I have witnessed the greatness of the 90s immediately crash in 2001.
Not cast doubt on those precedents.
Okay, there's
those
two of you here.
Being...
Knock, knock. But I have been called True, you are a boomer now, too. Knock, knock. Who's there? 9/11. Finish the joke, Blue. I just imagine you typing it so slowly. You said you'd never forget. I tried to do it the other day. No one was in here. I'll probably do it again if I'm streaming on 9/11. Oh, I am. You guys are cooked. Cooked like those steel beams.
Obergefell v. Hodges, the
That happened before I was born. Yeah, a lot of shit happened before you were born.
Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage. Now, are they lying? They were lying during their confirmation hearings about how they would rule on precedent, but both Kavanaugh and Barrett have mentioned they don't agree with the precedent of Roe. So that lines up. But look, it's not just me saying that the Obergefell v. Hodges case is a bit of a long shot. A lot of legal scholars are saying that Kim Davis's anti-gay lawsuit is a long as fuck shot. All that to say, decisions that interfere with the idea that the executive branch is this branch and it does this job with these decisions this way, any
4 years before I was
case
born.
that gets in the way of that gets hit with the shadow
been
docket.
shot.
And one reminder, the immunity ruling, which people keep bringing up where Trump can supposedly do whatever the fuck he wants
Now you are Unk Blue.
whenever he wants to, is not what people think. Again, the ruling doesn't mean that Trump can just snap his
We're not
fingers
talking about
Thanos
age anymore.
style
We're not talking
and
about
do whatever the
age.
fuck he wants, okay? It means he
Well played,
can't be
Brent.
prosecuted for official acts in office after the fact. Like after he gets out of office. If Trump could do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, the court wouldn't have ruled against him on USAID or Kilmar Abrego Garcia. But look, even if the court is acting on their own specific views of interpretations of the law and whatever, and their theory about how the United States should operate, even if that's in like partisan decent faith, I'm not even gonna say good faith, when it comes to their decisions, they are still easily corruptible and manipulated, and they aid Donald Trump's pushes for more overreach. And there is overreach, like the Trump administration confirming they fired on a Venezuelan drug boat they claimed had Trente
Oh, this bothers me so much, and the fact that they just like tweeted it. They just tweeted a video of them killing people. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen pictures of what happened in Vietnam and what we did to the people there. But my God, those pictures were enough for people to call for an end to the Vietnam War and really turn like the political tides. That and like Kent State and a couple of other things. But like, I feel like I watched a snuff film. Like, I don't feel like I got the chance to be like, hey, I kind of don't want to see people die. Like, so messed up.
Araguas members in it. Or once.
Oh, and now it might actually be fishermen because there were 11 people on the boat, and everybody knows, especially if you're a bootlegger, the less bodies on board, the less weight. So, and then I saw somebody else was like breaking down like the type of boat it is and like what the weight capacity was and how long it would take them to reach like the closest closest American state, which would be Florida.
It's again trying to redeport Kilmar Abrego Garcia or trying to send the National Guard from one state into another state. Now look, some of these cases, right, haven't been ruled on, and right now it's blunting Trump's momentum, the sheer amount of rulings going up the pipeline. And while that is helpful in the near term, eventually you're gonna need a stronger opposition.
Between that and the DPRK incident, I think Trump just hates fishermen. Well, we'll get that confirmed when we find out what his opinion of Graham Planter is. That is the Democratic Socialist who is running under Democrat in Maine to unseat Susan Collins. He's a harborman. I believe he was an oyster farmer. So, I'm pretty excited about that. He's straight up like in campaign speeches in front of at least 1,000 people said we need to build hospitals and schools here, not drop bombs on them in Gaza. I was like, oh my God, do you have any idea how great this is? Like, do you have any idea about how like seeing somebody like this that looks like this and acts like this and does this kind of work also thinks like this, like that's gonna like, it's gonna open a lot of people's eyes, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have just been quiet about it because they're kind of uncomfortable. But when they see somebody that looks like them talk like how they think, it's definitely like, it's shifting the crowd. He's really based too. I think his name is Graham Planter, but I could be wrong on the last name.
Position.
New York Times would just call him progressive mind in a MAGA body. Oh, I'm a Hassan Hobby head. Don't even. Also, socialist daddies.
Party. But like I said, while Trump can't snap his fingers, whatever countermeasures are being taken are not long term, and you can't fight the shadow docket forever. Let me know what you think in the comments.
I don't know. I guess I just don't usually put people into like a stereo body type, but like when I think of like MAGA, I think of like boomers who drive around on like golf carts in Florida and then like in shore towns and like funnel cake and yell at their grandkids too much. Like that's what I think of when I think of like MAGA. And like I think of like lifted pickup trucks with American flags on the back and yeah, that's like what I think of when I think of MAGA.
Lastly, I wanted to run through a couple quick stories starting with SNL.
In fact, I think I've seen more leftist abs in the last like 6 months than I have in my entire life. Oh man, I think the MAGA body might be more of a beer belly situation, concealed carry in the roles. Oh my god, you are not wrong. The MAGA cap hide in a bald spot. It's 8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock. You're right. I'm sorry. We'll hold on. We'll move on to Iron Chef. I'm sorry, Blue. All right. All right. It is time for Iron Chef Bingo. The link is at the top of the chat. What we're going to do, we're going to watch Iron Chef. And if the thing on your bingo board comes up, check it off. So there's free space in the middle. Hopefully it's coming up on the screen. Okay. For those of you who haven't seen Iron Chef is a cooking show that started in Japan and then re-aired in America with like an English dub. And it kind of went from there. I love watching it. So I'm glad to share this with all of you guys. This is my second time doing this bingo thing. I have my board right here. And we'll pause it to call out like what happened. And if anybody needs a recheck,
and I know things.
let me know.
Blue_pal would like you to drink something.
I'm sorry. New weed is like making my mouth dry.
5 years ago, a man's fantasy became reality. In a form never seen before, a giant cooking arena, the Kitchen Stadium. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original...
I got strawberry shortcake, bro. I'm so jealous. I keep wanting to make chocolate chip cookies and I keep getting
cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. To realize his dream, he first secretly started selecting the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chef.
And ice cream and whip. Oh my. I miss when I could eat.
Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Masaharu Morimoto. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. The Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from around the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. But this man has even bigger dreams.
Do they wear Iron Man suits or something? No. I don't know what the term means.
Yes, he is on a quest to see and experience more from around the world. In Paris. In Beijing. In Hong Kong and other exotic locales. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where you'll meet the master chefs from around the world and their artistic creation.
I believe he's a famous martial artist and actor, and part of me wants to say he's like a Power Ranger, but I think that's wrong. You might want to check with Tim on that. Brad. Oh my God, break incoming.
What inspiration will today's challenger bring, and how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, just the other day, I received a letter from a certain chef challenging our Iron Chefs. He claims he won't need any assistance during the battle.
I can perfect things.
When was this a show?
Working.
It originally started in 1993, and then it was aired in the United States around 1997, 1998. And then it went until like, I want to say like 2000 something. And then it was remade in America with American chefs, where we have like Bobby Flay, who's on there. Emerald
Christ,
Lagasse.
there's a boomer around here.
Are you done?
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Bat_Blue_Pal would like to time out Blue.
Yeah, 100%. I think you should go sit in the corner. R.I.P. the VOD. I'm due out for 10. Don't know how to do the special timeouts that Tim set up.
By myself. I've been working alone for 10 years now.
At first, I thought he just wanted to show off, but we have confirmed he does everything by himself at his own restaurant. He has also apprenticed under Roger Verge, a genius French chef. So there is no way we can pass up this challenge. Today's challenger, a perfectionist and soloist from Yokohama's Le Rameau d'Or, Chef Masanobu Watabe. His career is unbelievable. At every milestone in his life, he has faced extreme hardships. When he was accepted to a 3-star restaurant in France, his parents' house burned to the ground the day before his departure. But he never gave up. He did eventually make it to France.
Oh my goodness!
After training for 2 years, he returned to Japan, and at age 38, he opened his own restaurant. But misfortune struck again. His 2 assistants gave up trying to live up to Watabe's expectations and demands. Somehow he managed on his own, but again, when he accepted his appearance on this show, he was facing a family crisis.
Oh my God!
I love being a chef. I just can't drop this and do something else. Each time I faced hardship, I could have changed jobs if I wanted to.
A man of few words, he doesn't speak much. Instead, he lets his dishes speak of the perfectionism he inherited from Verge. So now, Watabe, step into my kitchen stadium alone and fight it out in your own terms.
I have no place to hide. I'm going to go in there and just do it.
なんとこのキッチンスタジアムに助手はいらない、一人で戦うと宣言した男が乗り込んでまいりました。すべてを一人でこなすフレンチの完全主義者。さあ皆さん、大きな拍手でお迎えください。横浜ル・ラモードール料理長渡部正信。
Entering Kitchen Stadium, today's challenger, a self-described perfectionist who handles everything himself at his 22-seat restaurant. We know he's been trained by one of the top chefs in France, but can he really pull off this Kitchen Stadium appearance without any help? We'll find out about that.
どうもようこそいらっしゃいました。多分初めてのことだと思うんですけれども、本当にお一人で大丈夫でしょうか。
No problem whatsoever. I'll show you a perfect job.
はい、頑張ってください。それでは、助手の大切さをよく知っているうちの鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるアイアンシェフ。
Alright, get your boards ready.
Rising into the stadium, Japan's culinary leaders, the three Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Masaharu Morimoto. Their recipes inspire chefs around the world.
さあ伺いましょう。誰と戦いますか？
Sakai-san!
All right, Watabe will put his French cooking up against
Okay.
that of Hiroyuki Sakai.
Hi. Alright. Iron Chef Sakai. Alright, I got it. And don't forget the free space, it's in the center.
A revolutionary of French cuisine in Japan, Sakai's been dubbed the Delacroix of French cuisine for his artistic use of color and his skillful combination of ingredients. And of course, Sakai will make use of his assistance today. No way he should lose, which means the pressure's on.
夏が終わる前に一度やってみたかったテーマがあります。フレンチの皿を爽やかに演出するあのピンク色の果物。今日は1個3000円のものも揃えました。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。
Peaches! Oh, those are beautiful. Okay. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Alright, so you should have either fruit slash veggie on your plate. Yeah, fruit slash veggie on your plate. On your bingo board, make sure you mark that one off. The ones that are like beef, pork, fish, shellfish, fruit, veggie are like the secret ingredient.
今日のテーマ、桃。
Peach battle. I think there's an anime about that.
Today on the
Oh no, we've got an ad.
Challenger side, a one-man show. Watabe going solo against Iron Chef Sakai with his usual two assistants. Unfair, you say? That's the way the challenger wants it. And he's confident he's good enough on his own to pull off an upset win in this peach battle.
On it, Kaizen!
All right, the opening gong sounds, and the challenger, a true perfectionist in French cuisine.
So they get 1 hour to cook a dish. Chef who offers the dish that best articulates the theme of the ingredient is the winner. In the case of a tie, there will be a 30-minute overtime battle. They are rated on a point system. There are 4 judges. They will introduce the judges. Each one of these dishes, they will make anywhere from like 3 to 7 dishes. So, that's kind of the gist. We're just gonna sit here and watch people cook.
If you want something done right, do it yourself. The creed of Watabe. Both men up at the ingredient stand. How they'll use peaches to make a full course meal, that'll be interesting. And Hattori, how many kinds of peaches do we have up there?
We have 3 kinds of peaches here. Now, the one is the normal white and pink kind called Hakuo. That's from Nagano Prefecture, about $10 each.
Okay.
And then the second one, the white ones in the middle, these are Hakuto brand from Okayama Prefecture. And then the other one, the kind of flat one, is called Banto, and that's original to Japan.
All right. And the Hakuto, $30 a pop, right?
Yeah, that one right there. And the reason they're white is they put a cover over the fruit to block off the sunlight.
All right, no sunlight and makes for minimal peach fuzz, too. Go ahead, Ota.
When I asked the Iron Chef how he feels about the challenger doing everything himself, he said, so what? Who cares? Maybe he doesn't have the capacity to use assistants. I'm business as usual. Then he called out, hey, challenger, lots of luck.
All right, he may need it. It looks lonely over there. 2 assistants are always assigned to both chefs, but Watabe says, no thank you, I'll do it myself. He can exercise total quality control that way, but in this format with only 60 minutes, can he complete a full-course meal by himself? And that remains to be seen. All right, now let's introduce our guests for today's Peach Battle. First, next to me, actress Miwako Fujitani. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, nice to be here.
So bright today. Pink for peach? That the idea?
Maybe.
All right, you're becoming sort of a regular on the show. What about today? We've got a lot of peaches up there for you.
Hold on, wait. Did I put like returning celebrity guest? Returning celebrity guest. It is on the bingo board. Oh my goodness. Now I'm only marking mine off to keep track. All of our bingo boards are gonna have the same thing. But feel free to let me know when you have bingo. Doing any direction, like up and down, diagonal, left to right, whatever gets 5 in a row.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled. Yeah.
Some are $30 a pop.
Great. Can I eat them now?
Not yet. Now, you ever had them in a main course before, peaches?
No, I haven't.
All right, well, we'll see what the chefs do with them today.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And we also have sportscaster Kazushige Nagashima. Hi, Junior.
Hi, nice to be here.
Junior, you've been on the show before, a few years back, I think, right?
Yes, that's right.
Today, Peach Battle, we have a lot of them. You like peaches?
Oh, yeah, I love peaches, yes. But this isn't just a dessert battle, right?
No. Yeah. They'll have to create main dishes as well as dessert.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, grilled peach is so good. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Okay, and we've also got our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori.
And it's always a pleasure.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Reporting from the Iron Chef side, in this container he has Banto peaches, honey, pepper, and that's about it.
All right.
Well, he used champagne, didn't he?
Yes, and he was sprinkling sparkling peach wine over this.
All right. Peach wine on peach. And over on the...
Okay, so the guy we're hearing talking now is the announcer. The gentleman who we were who was just talking is the commentator. You'll notice that the commentator or the announcer frequently guesses what's happening correctly before before the announcer chimes in or commentator chimes in. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Challenger side, Watabe, no assistance helping him. Just don't see the activity we're used to seeing over there.
Already 2 spaces away? Nice. Where am I? I'm a decent bit. I have like 3 in most directions. Yeah. 3 this way, 3 this way, and 3
there. But from this chef who insists on having a one-man operation.
He was putting something in the pressure cooker over there. What was that?
And he has some liquid in there, a small amount.
Okay, consomme.
Oh, pressure cooker. Pressure cooker, check it off. Holy crap, we're rolling through this. I forgot how fast Iron Chef Bingo goes.
Consomme in gelatin form. That's what he threw in there.
Okay, now he's dumping meat blocks into that, I think.
Yep, there go the meat blocks.
What's the last thing you need?
They join the peaches. Go ahead, Ota.
I have here a list of ingredients that the challenger has in his pressure cooker. Consomme, peaches, and beef from the cheeks of the bull.
Oh, okay, good old-fashioned cheek meat.
What's he got going?
Well, he's doing it alone.
The dish gets scrapped.
Or whatever it is, and his pride won't just let him have assistance.
You want me to...
So that means basically what's going to happen is as they go, the announcer and the commentator are going to be like, oh, this is what dish the chef is making. And then if they get far enough along, they'll have to be like, oh, I scrapped that. Like there will be an announcement like, oh, they're redoing their dish, and they'll make it a big plot point. Don't worry.
You do it alone too,
Very noticeable when it happens.
Huh?
You got it.
Is this for real? Huh?
Fukusan?
Yes, Ota.
The Iron Chef just blew up at us because we were teasing him for using assistants while the challenger's working alone, and now the assistants are history.
Yes, Sakai's banished his assistants. Get out of here, fellas. You've got the rest of the day off. We're going to go mano a mano,
I hope they get paid.
on one here.
Boy, this is unbelievable. It's the first time I've seen something like this happen.
And you know, Watabe didn't ask for this, but after all our talk about the challenger going solo, Sakai had enough, and he's decided to send his helpers to the sideline.
Okay, I think he's sauteing duck meat here.
Yes, duck meat and peach. That should be a good combination.
Fukuyi-san?
Yes.
The challenger who just watched the Iron Chef order his assistants away commented by saying, "Hey, you don't have to push yourself. I choose to do it alone because I know I can do my dishes best. That's all. Back to you."
That's right. Sakai didn't have to go solo himself. It could handicap him here. He's not used to it, while this is the standard MO for Watabe. And now working with the peeling the skin.
Oh, is the challenger using plums?
Right, yeah.
Okay, plums, that's it. And speaking of the challenger, Nagashima-san, give you a little more background on him. Masanobu Watabe, he's a man who's experienced a few hardships throughout the course of his life. One setback he suffered the day before he was to board the plane to go to France for his apprenticeship under a top chef. That day, his parents' house burnt to the ground, putting that on hold. And I don't want to get into this one too much, but recently, after he was scheduled for this program, there's been some strife at home, resulting in the wife leaving, taking the kids with her to her parents' house.
Whoa.
All right, well, that's all I'm going to say about that one. But, I mean...
It's like you can hear him realizing as he was saying it, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't read this publicly. Oh my god. They did him so dirty. Bro's having a bad run of it. He can hear them. That's the thing. Everyone can hear them. Because there'll be times when, like, they say something and the chef will correct them. And they just spread Bro's lunch around the air. They did him dirty. They did him so dirty. Oh, no.
He really is on his own today.
15 minutes have elapsed.
All right, 15 minutes gone. Today, a French duel, one-on.
Why did they cut to them? Why did they cut to them? So yeah, his wife left him with the kids. This guy's lonely. Don't let it affect how you score him, though. Don't let it play into his score.
One, Sakai and Watabe, peach battle. And if you happen to just join us, you'll notice there are no helpers to be seen in the kitchen. The challenger choosing to go at it alone, just like the way he does at his restaurant.
Is that the ice cream machine?
And Iron Chef Sakai, fed up with us commenting about Watabe's supposed handicap and
I kind of hope he wins now. I think everybody hopes so.
dismissing his assistants about 8 minutes into the battle.
Okay, the Iron Chef's now making sorbet here.
Looks so good.
And a peach sorbet. We should all be familiar with the taste of
Okay,
that.
so yes, that is the ice cream machine. Please select ice cream. It always gets in there. Almost every episode. Even when it's like meat related. Somehow the ice cream machine always comes into play.
One by the Iron Chef.
Okay, and what's he doing here? I think he's using eel.
Fukuyi-san?
Yes.
In the ice cream machine on the Iron Chef side, we have plums, syrup, star anise, and the Hakuto type white peaches. Now, he thoroughly blended those ingredients all together before pouring them into the ice cream maker.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It wasn't eel, it's pike eel.
Okay, no problem, Doc. And it's here on Watabe's side where that's happening.
Could I be pike eel with peach sauce?
Boy, I don't think I go that far.
Yes, Ota.
I asked the challenger why pike eel, and he said, well, because it goes so well with peaches. So ask a silly question, I guess.
Well, taste-wise, they'll match up okay. Yeah.
Junior, all right. As Watabe slices the pike eel, you got it, and he's preparing to combine it with peaches.
Well, pike eel is a very subtle white meat fish, so it should match pretty well with the delicate flavor of the peaches.
All right, now back to the Iron Chef. He stops, he goes back. We haven't seen him run like this before, looking for plates. Looks a little lost out there. asking his helpers to tell him where things are in the kitchen.
I don't know where things are.
Squeeze on.
You didn't have to do it alone.
As politely and delicately as I could, I raised the question of the challenger's wife and what was happening with that situation, and he said,
Stop! No! Leave him alone! No! Oh my god! They're out in him, constant stuff. Already down. This is wild. Oh my god. Listen, I want to keep going, but I have to get more water and I also have to pee. So, I'm gonna just this poor man's ribs. I'm gonna run inside really fast. I'm gonna throw on some. I only want Lo-Fi Girl Halloween. That is the only Lo-Fi Girl right now. I will be right back. Oh god, my bones! Oh god. Excuse me. Music rocks. It's Lo-Fi Girl Halloween. I love Lo-Fi Girl, and their Halloween playlist is always a vibe. I got a popsicle. Oh, Blue, I meant to tell you. So, I've been doing Fallout 76 and the new updates out where it's like the workshops and stuff. And in this season, there's a whole Sunset Sarsaparilla set of stuff, like a vending machine and bowling balls and a couple of other things. Oh, I'm trying to plow through the ranks. I've run out of ranking for the week. You have to pause it though. Alright. Ready?
I'm really embarrassed. It's totally my fault. I only think about cooking and not enough about my wife. She's right in saying I spend too much time at the restaurant. I should take her out more often, I guess. I don't mean to neglect my personal life.
Shut up!
I don't.
Oh my God.
You get the idea.
Well, maybe she's watching and he can smooth over this rough patch. I guess it wouldn't hurt if he was able to win this match today.
I can't believe. Like, leave him alone. Oh.
We're back. Double-barreled action on the stove. Challenger side, one pot, some unpeeled peaches.
Yeah.
And now what are these here, this other pot?
Fukuyi-san?
Yes.
I've got that information here. In this pot, the Challenger has plum peels,
You go right
white
back
wine,
into
and
that.
also plum pits of all things.
Ah, plums there.
In the pits.
Along with the peaches and the white wine.
Okay.
Okay, so he's making a sauce here.
But so far, no dessert in the cards. Not making a dessert yet.
Well, actually, I think he is. The one with the Banto peach, that one I think will be a dessert after chilling them.
Okay, so without chopping or breaking them up or anything.
Right. He'll maybe be doing stuff like that later.
All right, Doc. And now the Challenger.
Fukuyi-san?
Yes.
The
Probably glaze it and set it on fire.
ingredients that the Challenger just poured into this huge bowl are peeled Banto peaches, sparkling wine, water, and lemon juice.
All right. And now on the other side, the Iron Chef pulling something out of the oven here. And these are Banto peaches, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And something else was poured into that pan. And,
30 minutes have elapsed.
and a slightly crisp finish to them. Halfway through now, 30 minutes gone, 30 left. The battle's turned into a one-on-one affair. There will be no help.
I think, like, the whitefish with some kind of, like, peach salsa would be really good. Like a spicy but aromatic salsa.
Forthcoming from the assistants in this one, and that's a first here. The chefs doing everything by themselves, not going to be able to pin the blame on anyone but themselves. The challenge here with a ton of butter.
Wow, that's an unreal amount of butter.
What a load there. Just looking at it makes me nervous about my cholesterol level. And will the sauté here be for the peaches in the butter? Is that the idea? Meantime, we'll switch over to the Iron Chef. Something is burning right there.
Oh, yeah, it is burning.
What is this?
Well, that was the pot he was making the sauce.
Whoa! Well, 86 that one, and here's a case of Sakai not used to being without help. Yes, Hoto.
This was allegedly red wine in this pan.
Sure was, and he boiled it all the way down.
Boy, he just used a whole bottle of red wine, just wasted an entire bottle.
Only half? Give me a break.
Well, excuse me, Your Highness.
All right.
You didn't have to do it alone. I told you.
Do it all over again.
He completely forgot about it.
No way he was envisioning going at it completely on his own, but I'll say he's been a good sport about it so far.
But look, he's all red like an octopus. Isn't he?
All right, well, listen, folks, we're just going to have to leave him alone
No one laughed at her joke, so she felt bad.
right now. He's got enough on his plate as it is, and he is scrambling for sure. Now back to Watabe's side.
Okay, let's go back to the butter he was using. I think
I
that's
like that
for
lady.
lobster.
I do too. She's really cute and like, but like in kind of like a, I love everything you weigh. That's so cute.
Okay, now that's more of a match. Sautéing lobster in butter, but still, Hattori, don't you think he's gone a little overboard on the amount of butter he has in this one here?
Well, it's really not that rare when you're making a sauce, like for a French dish.
All right, well, the point well taken. And now, back to the Iron Chef side. Watch out!
Waiting for
This
the
one
America
is starting
drop.
to get low on liquid. Peach rings and... Hey, it's apparent, without his assistance, the Iron Chef is having trouble keeping his eye on everything in the kitchen. Look at that.
Okay, so he's making a sauce
Okay,
here of
with
some kind.
more red wine, a remake here, and can't afford to make another mistake, the same one again with this.
Okay, now if we can look over at the challenger side here, he's just added some peaches to this.
Whoa, that's a flambe.
Okay, now also peach brandy is going in here as well.
Ooh, those flames rising into the kitchen.
Do lobsters match well with peaches?
Yeah, well, basically prawns and shrimp, so yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fruit like
That
peach
food
match
looks
quite
so
well
nice. It does. It really shows you how to amp up your game. I love cooking competition shows like that. This American Iron Chef and that one like they open up like a box. I don't like the judges on that show though. I like the idea of like opening like a box and each thing has a different ingredient, like each cooking round has a different ingredient, but I don't like the judges on that show. I forget the name of it. But cooking shows like this really help me try to figure out what flavors pair well with what.
with white meat or subtle ingredients.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do, Junior.
Fukusan?
Yes.
The finished product that the Challenger is now displaying in this dish is a lobster dish sauteed in butter, flour, white peaches, and eau de vie pêchée.
All right, thanks, Ota. Good pronunciation. And the dish is finished?
Okay,
As
yeah,
is, right
yeah.
there?
The eau de vie pêchée is peach brandy, and pêchée is peach in French.
Okay, now back to
I usually just mix stuff that I feel like would taste together. Yeah, that's really how cooking is.
Iron Chef Sakai. He's hunkered down and has a new one going here.
Fukusan?
Yes.
In these molds, the Iron Chef has mixed together boiled Omar lobster, shallots, and lemon juice.
Okay, and now less than 20 minutes, and we see some mustard over there, too.
Yeah, that's mustard.
Now, how will he use mustard with this dish?
I hope he didn't
think
forget his
probably
wine
towards the
again.
end it'll come into play.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. The mustard I forgot to mention is already being used in the Omar lobster dish.
All right, it's already in there with the lobster.
And about the peaches that he has underneath, they are the Hokuto type, which he had chilling with lemon juice, pepper, and grapeseed oil in the fridge.
All right, so now we're beginning to get the big picture on this dish here.
$30 a piece? 30 bucks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, not this one. This one is only $10 each.
Okay, but even still $10 a piece?
Yeah, well, they are a tad pricey. That's for sure.
type.
Okay, now look at the Challenger here. Using a lot of black pepper.
Yes, coarsely ground peppercorns. Look at that.
Now, I think he'll be sautéing these.
But won't these be too spicy or too peppery?
Well, it has that look, but actually it won't be that spicy.
All right, well, let's call it for now peppered peach wedges, okay?
It's actually a common way of preparing steak, though, using a lot of pepper. It's really good.
Okay.
It's a good way to do it.
Fukusan?
Yes.
In another episode of As the Challenger's World Turns, he says, both of us are very stubborn. We both hate to apologize to each other. We've been separated for 2 weeks now, but after I win this battle, I'm going right back to her and apologize. Will he win? Will she accept? Stay tuned.
Oh my
That's
God.
All right, but that's going to be the final word on this topic, okay? Stick to the cooking.
The judges are like, please stop. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm afraid it's not going to be the final word. I've just been given a letter from his wife intended for her husband. I have to read this here?
This is just a whole episode of ripping into this poor man. What? I don't know what's about to happen here. This is wild.
All right, what the heck? Here we go. Sweetheart, back here at my folks' home, I heard about you being accepted to appear on Iron Chef. Congratulations for your dream coming true. I know I should be there with the kids cheering for you, but I need more time to calm down and say I'm sorry. Don't worry, we'll be cheering for you in front of the TV. Love, Chizuko, Mamina, and Tayo. That's from his wife.
Ah, and he even stopped cooking to listen to that. That was nice.
Fukusan?
Yes.
The Iron Chef just said, after listening to that, I would feel really bad if I won.
Well, sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind, and you're not out the hook.
This is wild. I've never seen an episode of Iron Chef like this at all, period. I'm so glad this is how I get to introduce it to you.
Iron Chef, not at any rate with this one, and now he's got something on top of that creation.
Yeah, some ham.
Thin slices there, ham often paired with melon, now ham paired with peach.
Yeah, it should match well.
Okay, and
I'm
now over to the
invested now,
Challenger.
good.
Peach wedges into the pan.
Butter.
Oh, we got beef stew.
The lid's off.
Oh, I see what he's doing. I think I see what he's I think he's gonna put the sliced peaches into the beef stew like potatoes would be. Just
A
pepper
bold
from the
dish in the
peaches.
offing. Peaches and beef.
Yeah, it looks great, though. You see, he grilled them here.
Yes, right there. Pepper smothered
One of my new favorite animes.
peach wedges in the frying pan.
Oh,
There's actually an anime called Food Wars. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I would definitely check it out. It's Iron Chef, but with like high schoolers and a lot of other stuff. I think you would like it.
this should taste great.
I'm not sure about that. Mustard and peach, mustard and pepper.
Well, you know, actually, this pepper is even good on ice cream.
Oh, really?
I saw it on Adult Swim one
haven't tried this
time.
particular pepper.
I hear it's excellent.
All right, and now he's checking the meat.
Okay, he said it's not tender enough.
Okay, Watabe stuck a fork in there, not to his liking, and now
I got Crunchyroll, so I might check it out some more. Yeah, do.
reaching out of the sink for the lid, and it's going to go back on
I'm pretty sure it's called.
for more cooking, pressurized cooking here. Now the Iron Chef, he's got a red liquid mixture in the bowl that he is working.
Did he put honey in that?
This could be a soup served first, together with champagne, sometimes served in Italy, so it could be this type of style.
Okay, well, very colorful at any rate.
Fukusan?
Yes.
This interesting concoction that the Iron Chef was tasting just now is watermelon juice, sparkling peach wine, and honey combined.
Honey.
Okay, watermelon. Okay, then it's not a soup, sorry.
10 minutes to go.
All right, 10 minutes left in the peach battle. An individual duel, no assistance, purely a one-on-one affair between two French chefs.
So this is going on the peaches.
The Iron Chef side, right? A very thin watermelon-flavored sauce being poured on top of and into the bowls with the single
Very
peach
pretty.
slice. This one for dessert. Very colorful indeed.
Well, he could be putting the sorbet on this, maybe.
All right, so the sorbet to go on top of this.
Yes, he was making...
They're gonna find some way to mention this man's marital. I feel in my heart of hearts that you are correct.
that.
Looks nice, right, Junior?
Oh, it looks great.
And now the challenger's got a green solution over there.
Fukusan?
Go ahead.
Yes, this green liquid contains mint liqueur.
Oh, mint liqueur, not malt liqueur.
Okay, well, he was mincing mint leaves before, so he'll probably be putting them together with this somehow.
Okay, now Watabe's pressure cooker steaming once again to cook a little more the beef that's inside. And with some flames in the foreground, we'll get back there, but right now, the Iron Chef here.
Eggplant?
Okay, I think I got it. He'll be putting the duck meat together with this.
Yes, eggplant. Go ahead.
These eggplants have been lightly fried.
All right. Don't want to overcook them
Fried.
at all.
Now, these types of eggplants are rare. They're grown only in certain areas of western Japan.
Okay, well, I tell you, after he first sent his assistants off, Sakai seemed to be lost, but now he appears to have the situation under control somewhat.
Okay, now that we're looking at the challenger here, I think this is the item for the mint sauce as a dessert.
As a dessert?
Okay, so the mint sauce will go on that. Now back to the Iron Chef. Duck meat on eggplant, but where are the peaches? Are they going to be in a sauce to be added to the dish?
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh no. Okay, so duck meat and eggplant go very well with red wine, and I am now worried that he forgot his red wine peaches that we saw moments ago.
Yes, he also has foie gras on this.
Where?
Foie gras?
Just a touch on the eggplant.
Okay, now I see it, right there on top.
Okay, now, that sauce you're asking about, I think the red wine sauce is going to be for this one.
Is that the one he burned?
Yeah, the one he redid using the remaining half of the bottle, right.
Oh, right, he had half left.
Luckily, he did have half a bottle in there. Now, on top of everything...
Okay,
Right,
this is
but
peach as well.
We haven't seen him check that in a while.
Fukusan?
Go.
These are grilled Banto peaches.
Okay, wow, and up close, the texture there looks like it's even got some grain.
Okay, now wait a minute here. This is not going to be a dessert.
Huh? There's some confusion for this one here.
No, okay, thinking it over again, it may not be so sweet after all, so I'm doubting it's the
Not
dessert.
with caviar, you'd think.
No, you wouldn't think so.
He's being generous with the caviar, too.
Yeah, you know, I calculated the other day, one egg of beluga caviar could be 20 or 30 cents.
Each individual egg, Doc?
Yeah, especially these kind.
How much is one can?
One can in Japan of beluga, about $400.
$400.
The one guy sounds like the Robin to the other dude's Batman. I want to consume this food. It looks so good. I'm not a big caviar person, but I can admire beauty even if I don't want to ingest it myself. Yeah, this guy is like hilarious. I really like when they bring people in. I really like when the guests talk. I've never had caviar. I hear it's salty.
You're kidding.
I kid you not.
Wow.
Fukusan?
Yes.
When I inquired about his use of caviar in this dish, the challenger said caviar matches perfectly with peaches. The voice of authority.
All right, well, if he says so, well, I guess we'll have to accept it.
I told you, that's what I thought.
I'm not playing devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to represent the viewers' questions.
All right. 5 minutes left now, and he's got something cold here.
Yeah, this is a sauce for some dish.
Huh.
Caviar.
Cuisin?
Take it.
Yes, he's using this sauce, which
mint.
Yes, it contains mint leaves and fresh cream.
Okay, well, this would be a great match.
Peaches, cream, mint, and caviar?
Dog, you're just playing with us now. Come on.
Well, actually, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I've never had this before.
An unusual combo for sure.
No doubt about that.
You just don't know until you taste it.
And a main dish?
Yeah, that's right. This is going to be a main
All
course.
right, now, here are the peaches and beef from the pressure cooker.
Now, this looks like one of his specialty dishes.
The way that sauce is simmering down there, it looks delicious. It's got consomme.
Right.
That'll be nice for sure.
I imagine he came across this dish while in France.
Well, check it out. Here it comes into the frying pan now. A bold and aggressive approach. His use of the theme ingredient here in this one.
Yeah, using the cheek of the bull is not really common in Japan for beef dishes.
All right, now the Iron Chef laying down the sauce he made. His second try at it with the red wine and peach. Around the eggplant with duck meat, foie gras, peach, and a green there. 3 minutes left. Coming down the home stretch. Back to Watabe.
Okay, now the pike eel is coming out here.
The pike eel looks to have been steamed, I think. And how will pike, eel, and peach taste together?
Again, I think it's going to be a good match.
But he's only got 2 minutes and 40 seconds now to get it done.
Yeah, not enough time.
And now back to Sakai. Whoa, a work of art.
Yeah, you can see the inside from the sides. Look at that.
And he's got 2 kinds of asparagus and green beans on the side from our Iron Chef French.
Okay, a terrine-like item here.
And
that's
okay, you see
one with, like,
called it.
star
the
fruit.
sorbet is on again, and creative use of color by the Delacroix of French cuisine. Different tones of red and pink in this most delightful looking dessert. Now, we're going to go back to the challenger, and he's pouring peach sauce onto pike eel.
All right, we called it. Well, actually, Nagashima-san called it, right? Pike
Yes,
eel
Junior.
and peach sauce.
Way to go.
Yep.
I have no idea how it's going to taste, though.
I think that applies to just about every dish today.
Good point.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Just a quick final note. The challenger has a dish with peaches and beef, which he says he got the inspiration from Roger Verger, a chef who he truly respects. He says, I was thinking about his pepper steak and grapes dish. The use of fruit and black pepper is the key. Back to you again.
All right.
The peaches look like potatoes.
Looks absolutely disgusting. I don't know. I think it looks really good. He's treating those peaches like potatoes or like turnips. I think it looks pretty good.
You're right, like big potatoes in size and shape there.
1 minute to go.
Okay, 1 minute left now. The final 60 seconds of the very first one-on-one battle we've
Looks like something you see on Kitchen Nightmare.
ever had here in Kitchen Stadium. I guess you could say that the assistants
Ooh,
caught
those
a break
glasses are
today,
so
but for the 2 chefs,
pretty.
it's been a strenuous workout. Watabe is used to doing everything himself, but for Sakai,
It looked like weird beef tartar salsa. It was pike eel with like kind of like a ceviche, and the previous one with the red stuff. Yeah, it was pike eel with ceviche.
it's been a whole new ball game today. And wonder if he'll regret the decision he made in the heat of battle to get rid of his helpers, especially if he loses now. Less than 30.
I called that. I said that he was going to replace the peaches or the potatoes with the peppered peaches. I think that's such a good idea. Oh my god, that looks so good. That with like a nice biscuit or chunk of bread. Oh, I'm in heaven.
30 seconds left. Watabe's dish is taking on an appetizing appearance now.
Yeah, the sauteed item with black pepper is a technique that he acquired from his master Roger Verger.
Now, 15 seconds left. The Iron Chef squeezing the lemon, a bit of a concerned expression here on his face, and the challenger in control of his movements. His pace is slowed. Put a check mark next to all of his dishes. They are finished, and that's it. The cooking's done. The peach battle is over.
What do we got left? I don't think we got a scrap dish. We got a scrapped ingredient, but really they just used the other half. I have the link idle on Breath of the Wild. Bro flexed his arms. So we just really need like how many dishes they complete, what the judges kind of say. So I'm gonna keep an eye on those.
You looked so calm during that
I was able to. I enjoyed my 1 hour all by myself, forgetting
All by myself.
everything else.
I know this battle means a lot to you. Are you going to win?
No, I don't care about the outcome at all. I'm just happy that I was able to express myself here. That's all.
Thank you. Your first time going it alone.
I'll never do it again.
But you looked like you were doing okay.
Well, this ingredient really didn't require any special preparation. Otherwise, it would have been a nightmare.
I see.
But you know, you can only do so much by yourself. You can't perfect things. You shouldn't do it like this.
How about the results?
Well, I focused only on 3 items, so I managed. They're okay, I think. But, again, it was tough.
Challenger Watabe.
I'm sorry, the way the audio clipped there, why? Okay, so the challenger made 4 dishes. Completes 4 dishes. I think I heard the Iron Chef say he got 3, so we'll see what it says when it comes up, though.
Is offering 4 dishes. First, pike eel with peach sauce. It's a refreshing harmony, that of grated peach and consommé. The subtle flavor of the pike eel is successfully drawn out by the peach sauce. Second,
And it looks like there's cucumber in it, too. That's going to be so refreshing. Sounded like a steak from Metal Gear.
lobster ragu, peach brandy
The voiceovers are really good.
flavor. The sweetness of peach brandy and fresh peach offers a gentle flavor to thoroughly enjoy the lobster, the taste of which is accentuated by lobster brain. Third, peach and beef stew, inspired by a specialty of Roger Verger, his master. The tender beef from the cheek and peach prepared in a pressure cooker match perfectly with the black pepper. Last is peach compote with mint sauce. Tasters will discover just how well the flavor of peach matches with caviar and mint. The Iron Chef counters with 4 dishes as well.
Oh, 4.
First, peach champagne cocktail. The sweetness of the peach is blended into the
I feel like that's cheating. Poured alcohol in a cup with some peach chunks and mint. It's like, here's a 4th dish.
champagne and makes a splendid intro to his main dishes. Second, peach and Omar lobster milfeu. The sourness of grapeseed oil and lemon juice creates a wonderful balance with the sweet peaches. The salty flavor of ham and caviar underlines the overall taste. Peach and eggplant combo. He used Banto peaches, honey, sparkling peach wine, and stock from veal, and then grilled them in the oven. A masterpiece with a perfect union between sourness and sweetness. Last is peach sorbet. The watermelon juice and sparkling wine used for the sauce leads tasters to a pleasurable conclusion. And the star anise adds a stimulating touch to the sorbet. If you want something done right, do it yourself. The philosophy of today's challenger, Masanobu Watabe, who goes at it alone in the kitchen. A French cuisine expert.
I'm surprised they weren't. And whose wife left him? Like, what? You haven't gotten another mention yet.
Naturally, he chooses Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai as his target. And early in the cooking, Sakai elects to level the playing field by dismissing his assistants. Prior to that, the theme ingredient, as unveiled by Chairman Kaga, peaches, a summer specialty. Challenger Watabe, in his element, working solo, prepares a set of 4 dishes. Iron Chef Sakai, on his own for the first time in Kitchen Stadium, manages 4 offerings. And now, the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today are Lower House member Shinichiro Kurimoto, actress Miwako Fujitani, sportscaster Kazushige Nagashima, and fortune teller Kazu.
The sportscaster looks like he is from a sports anime. He looks like every baseball sport anime main character.
Hosoki. First, the dishes of Challenger Watabe.
Yes, pike eel. The peaches and vegetables for this dish are uncooked.
You combine the raw flavor of many ingredients
Wonderful.
Thank you.
In Japanese cuisine, there is a dish using pike eel and cured plums. I think this is very close to that in terms of an experience.
Well, I don't know how I should put this, but I guess I wish the pike eel were flavored just a little stronger.
I sliced the peaches and sautéed them in butter. And I flambéed them with peach brandy.
This tastes like a Christmas cake. Okay.
Christmas cake.
Well, you know, when the icing is melted a little bit from the candle's heat and it's really good?
Wow, that's a bit too deep for me. Yes. This is very good. But this is a little too buttery, I think, for me.
Now, the idea of using peaches instead of sugar is an excellent choice. Really, very nice. And delicious, I think.
Now, Challenger Watabe serves his peach and beef stew.
This is flavored with peach and consommé only.
This is so wonderful, I can't stop.
I'm so
This show is the best.
surprised that pepper and peach match this well.
Yes.
Even better than a little salt on watermelon. Well, if the beef was much more tender, this dish would have just been awesome. However, I do agree with the matching.
Mrs. Watabe, come home. If I knew...
You were right, Blue. If I knew I could have food this great, I'd go home.
Knew I could have food this great, I'd go home.
The mint sauce is fantastic.
Excellent job, Blue. They just can't help themselves.
And the peach matches very well, but the saltiness of the caviar is bothering me a bit.
Me too. This represents his family. Every piece has to be there, right? Yeah?
And now, Iron Chef Sakai's dishes are before the panel.
They see this poor man and they think, hell yeah, let's kick this goober.
Everybody will definitely expect something sweet because I used peaches. So, it was really tough controlling the flavor.
I always wanted to try Iron Chef Sakai's dishes. This is a dream come true for me, and it's really good.
The mustard is not too strong, and Omar lobster seems to match better with peaches than normal lobsters would. The peaches added here to add sourness, and, well, actually, it's kind of a refreshing sourness.
I want to live with him. It turns me on.
I actually cooked the leftover peach.
There's too much alcohol there today or something. It's getting wild. To be fair, if somebody cooked like me for this, I'd probably be saying the same thing. I'm not even gonna lie, it's just like Tinder. Well, this is like 1997. They didn't have Tinder.
Peaches in this sauce until they all melted.
Yeah, I really like what he's done here. He's kind of suppressed the other ingredients, such as the eggplant, and has created a real
Ginger of
harmony.
the
This is
time.
a perfect harmony. Very, very good.
I do think the idea is very nice, but I just have to say I see a lack of preparation in the flavoring, in my opinion.
Assistants are important. That's what we're trying to say.
Yes, yes.
Well, he's pulled out his standard perfect recipe again to win. And it's so good.
I believe that peach slices are
No,
supposed to
don't
be
let her
enjoyed,
talk.
you know, with a subtle
let her
yet
talk.
tasty watermelon sauce.
You can't find this flavor at any ice cream shop in town.
Now the sauce. You didn't use peach?
You can't find this flavor at any ice cream shop downtown. You can tell she's trying to restrain herself. I think she had a few too many peach champagnes.
Peaches, you used watermelon. Great choice. When you could have easily used peaches. These herbs also smell very nice. Absolutely delicious.
The peach dessert was great, and the millefeuille and sautéed dishes were also good, but they kind of lacked the original approaches which he usually presents his dishes with. I don't know.
The sweetness of peach. Which chef enjoys the sweetness of the verdict?
Ah.
まさに本当の一騎打ちとなった今日の無対決。助手がいなくてここまでできるとは思いませんでした。本当に素晴らしかったです。それでは発表します。
Today in the peach battle, we witnessed two chefs doing all the prep work and cooking themselves for the first time in the history of Kitchen Stadium. For challenger Watabe, the perfectionist in him doesn't allow him to operate any other way. Iron Chef Sakai felt compelled
I was waiting for them to be like, and his wife left him.
to dump his assistants. A rational decision or a rash act? Will it come back to haunt him? Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
鉄人酒井宏之
It's the Iron Chef! Sakai wins it, and look!
Oh, the Iron Chef wins. Oh my god. Bam. Just like how the challenger's wife left his ship. Oh no. Wait, I think there's like an after interview.
Overcome with emotion hearing the verdict. He comes away with the victory against an outstanding challenger. He was in hot water the whole way, first time going solo, but he manages to save the day and his pride. Now let's check the scoring. Kurimoto 17-16 the challenger. Fujitani 20-19 Iron Chef, Nagashima 20-19 Iron Chef, and Hosoki 17-16 the Iron Chef. How sweet it is! 3-1 Iron Chef. Sakai besting Watabe in a one-on-one match where honor, pride, reputation all on the line and all preserved by Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai.
And that is Iron Chef Bingo. And that is also me gonna raid out. So hold on, let me get that page. So hopefully that was fun. Did anybody get it? Great. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's one of my favorites. It really like makes me like, nah, I almost got it. Yeah, it looks like I wasn't gonna get it anywhere. I needed beef, pork, which wouldn't happen tonight because we were only able to do one episode. Iron Chef, Ken Kenichi, or someone gets hurt. I just hope there's more episodes where they just kick one person. They do like to prod a lot. It is kind of funny. Like they do like to poke fun. It's kind of endearing. I'm excited. Glad I'm bringing this back. All right, how do I rate out of here? All right. Are we rating? And I think I'm gonna watch this before I go to sleep. Do it. All right. Let's straight into Stadium Steffi. I'll just play Minecraft. All right, hell yeah. All right, today is Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do more Iron Chef bingo and whatever news is the fun little flow for me. I'm gonna go from there though. I'm so tired right now. And I gotta get back to Fallout 76 so I can finish like the last like 2 things I need to do before it changes over tomorrow. But anyway, I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful night, and I will see you later. Bye. Read.